We are live. Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Jaden.
Jaden say hi.
Hi, Jaden.
Hi.
hmm
Jaden say hi.
Yeah. So, hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Let's Give It a Voice here at the Voice of Hope Media with myself, AC, or you can call me Clarice Angafor. Today, we have two powerful young ladies, two powerful young moms, and they are also two powerful entrepreneurs. As young as they are, you cannot imagine. So we have them on our show today, and the Voice of Hope, the Voice of Hope Media is a platform that gives a voice to those who have faced challenges, those who have faced difficulties, which sometimes others think these challenges need to be brushed under the carpet, don't need to talk about. So I'm the leading voice of hope and empowerment for individuals and families dealing with these challenging and complex issues, and also families who have special needs children. So our aim here is to educate, is to empower, is to inspire and give hope to those who have faced these issues, to those who are facing one form of challenge in their life or the other. It may be grief, it may be child loss, it may be mental health problems. There are so many of them. So we have this platform so that you should be able to speak out, speak up, and know that you matter, and so that everyone should be able to recognize and acknowledge your story. And I always say that what we give a voice to has the power to change your life, and it also has the power to heal others. So today on this edition of Let's Give It a Voice at the Voice of Hope Media, our title is Mom Guilt, the juggle of children's needs with running a business. So we are going to hear from Mrs. Fru Helvesia, and we are going to hear from Miss Angafor, Christabel, and Mrs. Angafor, and Mrs. Angafor, and then she's Miss Angafor. And we are also going to hear from baby Jaden.
Baby Jaden.
Definitely.
Mhm. So we all know that a lot of mothers struggle these days, especially in running their business or just working and having to juggle between childcare, going to work, or making that decision to stay off 9 to 5 work and do a business. And again, with the outbreak of this pandemic, it's actually become really, really difficult for most people, because we all know that because of the coronavirus, some people have had to lose their jobs. And what I have seen since then, I think sometimes a tragedy has to happen for a major change to occur, because this pandemic has actually, in a positive way, it has actually brought out so many skills, so many talents in so many people, which is what I'm already discovering. And it's made so many men, women, young boys, young girls to put on that thinking cap. What if tomorrow I don't have a 9 to 5 job? What is going to happen with my bills? What's going to happen with my rent? What is going to happen with feeding the family or helping the rest of the family? So, in all, whether there's a pandemic or there's no pandemic, usually it's very good to always have that thinking hat on what if. What if I suddenly lose my job? What if I'm laid off, or what if I'm made redundant? What will I rely on? And that's one of the reasons why we have our guest speakers today. They are all I'll say fairly new moms. I can boast that I'm an older mom. I can at least boast that I'm an older mom. Yeah,
Yeah, Les is older than Eliana. Definitely.
yeah. Les is going to be 15 in October. Remember, so yeah,
Yeah,
Congratulations.
oh yeah, a
yeah,
younger grandmom.
Mhm. And for
Make
all
sure
of
you put that one in there.
yes, of course. And for all of you watching, for your information, the little baby we have, that's my grandson. And that's a mother, Christabel, like I said, she's Miss AC. And so we are going to go into our topic. We will discuss with our guest speakers today just to find out what really inspired them to, despite being a mother, being a woman, being a wife, or being a girlfriend, should I should I say it in itself it's a lot. There's quite a lot to do. Let's just say just being only a mom
Yeah.
already a full-time job, and then having to juggle taking care of a little baby and then running a business. That is, if you are running your own business, it means you are working from home. At first, before I had the experience of working from home, I used to know that, oh, it's very easy to work from home. Man, it's not easy at all, because at times you have to prioritize, you have to weigh so many things. Is it the baby, is it the house chores, or is it the work itself? So how do you guys do it as entrepreneurs? How do you guys do it? We are really bubbling. Our guests, our audience, they really want to hear from you guys, being that you are still quite young and there's still a lot ahead, a lot in the future for you guys. So welcome once more. And I just want
Thank
to
you.
welcome our guests, that our audience, whoever is watching. So we are talking today about mom guilt, the juggle of children's needs with running a business. It can still be mom guilt, the juggling of our children's needs and having to go to work. It may be a night shift, it may be a 9 to 5 job. It's still you sometimes it's still a struggle. Be you a single mother or a married woman, most often the struggle
It's
is
the
the
same.
same. Yes. So we are not separating. We are talking about moms running a business, moms having to work and having to juggle the needs of their babies, irrespective of your marital status. So now I'm going to hand over to our guests. You introduce yourself, and then we carry on from there. Helvesia, I'll start with you. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Clarice, for having me. I'm very honored. I feel privileged to be here to talk about my story, because that's what it is, isn't it? Us talking
Yeah.
about our stories.
Mm.
So, for those who don't know me already, I will introduce myself. My name is Lem Helvesia Fro. I'm a wife, a mother of two, biological mother of two, because I've got other kids, adopted kids.
Yeah.
And I am a mompreneur. I am an entrepreneur, a businesswoman. I run my business from home. My business is all online, so it makes it a lot easier. My background really has been in healthcare management. I started as a healthcare assistant and worked my way to a manager of a home healthcare business. I did very well. And when I got to that management position, I was making a lot of money. That was back in the UK, about, I would say, 2 years ago. I'm now in Canada, moved to Canada about a year, 3 months ago. So that's my background, but I have completely switched from that, which we are going to talk about it a bit later. And Clarice has situated the topic so much, the challenges that we feel as mompreneurs, as women in business, as mothers in business. The challenges are there. I, for one, I think the challenges are far lower than someone that's working for someone else. When you're a businesswoman and you work for yourself, there are a lot of things that you can control that you cannot control when you're working with someone else. So, yes, that's my introduction, and we'll dive more into the topic when Christabel introduces herself. Thank you
Okay.
again, Clarice, for having me here
You're welcome, and thank you for accepting my invite. It's all
anytime.
about connecting. It's all about giving a voice to our stories, and see, because we never know who we are helping to change their lives. We never know whose life we are they're making a difference in. So is baby Jaden going to let his mom introduce herself or not?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let's talk. Look. Hey, shh, 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 shh. Papa, hey.
Guys, this is
We're
part
live,
of
okay?
it.
Shh, shh,
Yeah.
we're live, okay? We're here. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Hi, mommy. Hi, auntie.
Hi, mom. Hi,
Hi,
baby.
Christabel. Hi, Jaden.
Hi. Thank you for the invite. I am Christabel, but most people know me as Bella anyway. So I'm Christabel, and that's from the younger AC. It's okay.
Guys, you
This is
you
what we
have
are
to.
talking about.
Yeah, it
Challenges
is.
of being a mom.
This is it. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
So we understand. We understand. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Give him something. You know what he wants. Can you give him something?
I'm a new mom. This is little Jaden. He's about 4 months old now, and I'm an entrepreneur or mompreneur. I run a small business on my own online, which I do manufacture all my products myself. And I used to work as a support worker, but now I am not anymore because of baby. So, but before that, anyway, I already had my business, and I'm also a makeup artist.
Your
So
makeup looks amazing.
Mhm.
Amazing.
thank
Yeah.
you. And I'm a YouTuber as well, so I juggle a lot of things. A lot.
Mhm. Uh, thank you so thank you so much, guys. Today is going to be fun because um, they usually say experience is the best teacher, right? So
Yeah.
if you're giving a voice to something or you're talking about your experiences, when you have it this live,
Yeah.
that's when
Then
people
you know.
you know exactly how it feels being in that situation. So I want to thank you for sharing with us.
Sorry.
He knows what he wants. So
Sorry, Papa. Say hello. Say hi to everyone. Hi, hi.
shall
Hello.
we continue? Or
Yes.
where's his dummy?
He doesn't take it anymore.
Put
Use
this
it.
Give him some
put this
water.
Flat.
put this thing and cover it and give me this thing that you cover your. We at our show today is mom guilt, right? And struggling with the needs of the children. So we are only saying sorry for saying sick, right? But this is part of it. This is what sometimes you just have to juggle the two. You just have to do it. Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
you knew what you wanted.
Yeah, sometimes we know, but we just want to take our time to do it. Yeah, like we said, usually it's a struggle for most moms. Should I say most moms or all moms? Well, I cannot speak for every mom, but I would say for most moms to take care of their children, having to go to work or having to run a business. But as the trend is nowadays, it seems many moms are becoming mompreneurs. Most of them are becoming self-employed because it it seems it's actually balancing that need between the child and work. You have time to look after your kids, you have time to work, you have time for leisure, you have time for the rest of the family. Unlike if you have to do a night shift, it's going to work, coming back, going to sleep, getting up, rushing to go or cooking, or 9 to 5, it's constant going. But being from what we are going to hear from our guest speakers today, there seems to be a lot of benefits when you are a mom, when you are a mompreneur. So Helvesia, you've already introduced yourself, and I must say that was a big jump from being a healthcare assistant to becoming a manager, which is bravo because you must have worked
Hard
really hard.
work.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I know how sometimes
Yes.
it's difficult to take that next move here. I don't know if it applies in every other country, but you and I know how
Yeah.
sometimes it can be difficult. So that was really, really wonderful. And it will be interesting for us to hear that switch. Tell us more. That was
Yes.
a massive change.
Yes.
What happened?
Um, Well, I had a 9 to 5 job, in
Mm-hmm.
quotes, 9 to 5. Those of us working in the healthcare sector, you know that your job is not a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
Whether you're a nurse, whether you're a healthcare assistant, your
Mm-hmm.
job literally follows you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So I had a 9 to 5 job. As I've moved now from the healthcare assistant bit of it, because at that point I wasn't a mom.
Mm-hmm.
So the challenges I could manage. But when I got into a management position and my job was meant to be a 9 to 5, I
Yeah.
had the flexibility of starting not necessarily at 9 o'clock. I could start at 10 o'clock, but I to finish at 6. But I never finished work at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Never. And then I took work home, whether I liked it or not. My boss did not ask me to take work home, but that's just the nature of the job. You
Mm-hmm.
take work home because you're looking after vulnerable people. You
Yeah.
want to make sure that they are safe at home. And
Mm-hmm.
at 10 o'clock at night, something can happen.
Yeah.
And when something happens, what do? The phone, you're called. I have I had a good team, a very good team that worked with me, but I needed to be there where if something was beyond their control. At that time, I was a young mom. I just had my daughter at that point,
Mm-hmm.
and a married lady. So you don't just have to look after your kids, you have to look after the husband as well.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult. I did that after a few years, and I felt that I was drowning. I felt that I was drowning, but I loved my job. So what did I do? I decided to step down. So when it's a startup, it's not as involved as a business that's been established and running. So
Mm-hmm.
I resigned from that position that I had worked up to with a good salary. I
Mm-hmm.
decided to go still in the healthcare business and work with someone who was starting. And I later on discovered that that was a very big mistake, because I had my a way of working, which was working okay, and now I had to start at fresh. And I discovered that I made that decision because I was tired. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I wasn't giving my family exactly what they needed. And when you make a decision in such a state of mind, it does not necessarily translate into a good decision. The
Yeah.
best time to make a decision is when there's no pressure, when you've thought about everything, when you just feel like this is a time for you to move to the
Mm-hmm.
next phase.
Yeah.
Those decisions are more likely to have positive results than not.
Mm-hmm.
So I, as a working mom at that point in time, I literally didn't have any quality time to spend with my daughter. I
Yeah.
would go to work during the day, and my husband would be with my daughter at home. And then
Mm-hmm.
when I get home, he will be dashing out to go for a night shift, which he
Yeah.
hated. He hated working in the nighttime,
Yeah.
but he had to do it. And then I'm home, I'm so tired, I don't even have time to spend with my daughter. At some point, we decided that, okay, we're going to put her into childcare.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, my heart breaks whenever I think about it, because my daughter, we discovered that she had learning difficulties, as in she was developing quite slower than kids at her age. Children
Mm-hmm.
develop at their own pace. But
Yeah.
so when you see something, call it what it is. Don't pretend that this thing is not happening. So we
Mm-hmm.
discovered that things that she should be able to say or do, she wasn't able to. She
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really relating to people out of our own little circle, out of mom and dad. So she
Yeah.
wasn't relating to that. And then we put her in childcare. Whenever we went to pick her up, either she was sitting in her own corner, she wasn't relating. And I was like, things are crazy. This is really, really bad. This is really
Mm-hmm.
bad. But I wasn't sure what to do at that point. I felt that outside factors were determining what I should do. I felt like that. So I didn't even think about maybe I should just stay home.
Mhm.
What is going to happen to the bills? Maybe I should start a business. My mind didn't really go to that extent. Now, fast forward a few, hearing falling, fast forward a few years, I've moved to Canada, and then I was heavily pregnant. A month after I moved to Canada, I gave birth to my son. I had a few months to stay home with him, but
Mhm.
I saw my husband working all the time, and I knew that there will come a time when I need to go out there, look for a job, and support him. And
Mhm.
then I just remembered all that happened with my daughter. Am I going to go through all that again with my son? And the price or the cost of childcare is so high. It's
Ah,
like you're gonna go out and work to pay the childcare. Why don't you just stay at home and look after um your children, give them the time that they're looking for? And then I started just looking for options, work at home options, and there are lots of them. Some of them genuine, some of them not so much. Some of them can really solve your problem, others can't.
mhm.
Because I tried a few and I found out, no, this is not solving my financial need problem,
Yeah.
because you need to balance both, right? You need to look after your son, but you need to make money. That's why you're looking for a business to do.
Yeah.
So I stumbled upon an ad on Facebook, which
Mhm.
has literally changed my life, which has literally given me the time that I need to spend with my son, my
Mhm.
daughter, my family, and make the income that I need to make to live the life that I want to live with my family. So that's the transition. They need to be there for my family. They need to be there for my children. Not
Mhm.
just be there, but to be there and spend quality time with them.
Yeah.
So that's my transition.
Okay. Wow. What a brilliant story. Guys, yes, there is the need to be there for your children, but not just your presence. Your presence with your children has to be felt. So when you are there,
Exactly.
you have to be actively involved in their lives. It's not just being a stay-at-home mom or being a mompreneur just to spend, because it can be very easy to spend all the time working on your business and then still at home you can still unconsciously ignore the children, but it's knowing that you are there and also spending quality time with them. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Christabel, over to you. I know bits and pieces. So let's
Right.
let's dig deep
Okay.
now and know exactly how you started, because I know that you started somewhere right here in my eyes, but I never knew. So tell us now.
Right.
You are a small devil, so we'll know what. Tell us. Tell us. We are ready to hear. So
um,
how did you start? I mean, being this young and starting a business. Sometimes I used to look at you and I say, wow, if I had this mindset of this little girl at her age, I don't just
You would
know
have,
where I would have been now. Honestly,
oh,
yeah,
so happy to hear that, to be
yeah,
honest.
I've never
It
told
is
her
the way
this,
to
but
go.
yeah, I've never told her this, but if I had the mind, or should I say the mind or the willpower that she has at her age, when I was that age,
oh my
let,
God.
I'm
let,
sure you have something to do with it. So congratulations to you as
go
well.
on.
Right.
Maybe you're listening.
Initially, well, I started my business before Jaden came anyway. So
Mhm.
I started with hair. I used to do hair. I still do hair, not like I used to do hair.
Mhm.
I Before I left Cameroon, I came over here. I was braiding. I did hair, so my mom knows I will go out and do people's hair, and they pay me. She will
Oh,
even
from
pick me up drop me up, pick me back sometimes like midnight
Oh,
because I went to the client's house and they have to pick me back to bring me back home.
Mhm.
It started from there, but as I keep doing people's hair, I got better at my skills, and I started doing cornrow wigs, not you know, like when human hair came out and people were like really buying wigs and all of that. I
Mm-hmm.
saw a wig. So I saw someone's hair someday that it was braid, single braid, but it
Mm-hmm.
was a wig.
Yeah.
So I was so interested. I was like, how did you do it? How did you do a wig? It looked like a scalp, you know. So I had to go to YouTube to start researching, finding how to make a wig, full lace wig and all of that. And I started doing it. I started posting. I did like samples for myself. So I would do it for myself and wear and see how it is, and then I'll post pictures of them, ask people what they think about it, and I'll get reviews. So I started getting people asking me, "Can you do me a wig? Can you make a wig for me? Or can I come over for you to do my hair and all of that?" So it started from there. But then because I didn't have enough capital that I could buy stock, because obviously doing braided wigs is a bit expensive because you need to buy human hair and all of that. I didn't have enough capital to do all of that. So it kind of slightly went down because I couldn't keep up with it. If I was relying on people making orders for me to pay me for me to buy their hair and do, I didn't have capital to buy in bulk and then do for someone to just ask and I give it to them, because the people that they'll ask and then you say no, you have to pay me for me to actually order your hair and then do it for you. But
Mm-hmm.
people be like, I don't trust that. So with that was a bit difficult for me to keep up with. But because I do makeup a lot, I enjoy doing makeup. I started I'll do people's makeup and they'll pay me, and I realized that I spend a lot of money buying makeup. I spend a lot of money buying makeup products for myself, for my clients and all of that. So I started researching what business I wanted to do, because first I really didn't like the fact that I had to go for 12-hour shifts and all of that. It annoys me a lot to get up. Mom knows I don't like getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't like getting up in the morning. So the thought of getting up at 6 to go for 7 o'clock shift was just not working for me. So I started researching what businesses I could do, and I said I didn't want to go far. I would just end in the beauty industry because I already love makeup. It's something I do. I have clients that I do their makeup for them. So if I do someone's makeup, normally when I do someone's makeup, they always ask me, "Oh, where did you get this from? How can I get it?" People even give me money to buy makeup for them. So I thought that if I had products that are mine, when someone asks, "Where did you get this from?" I'll say, "Oh, it's mine. You can buy it off me." And all that. So I started researching how I can make my own eyeshadows, how I can make my own lip glosses, and all that, so I can sell to people. I started with an eyeshadow palette, so it was a bit expensive for me at the time to do an eyeshadow palette, do bulk, but I had to invest the money in it to do it. So I got the eyeshadow palette, and the result was really, it was better than what I expected, because I didn't think that anyone would like it. I didn't think that anyone would purchase it off me and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the result was really great. So from the eyeshadow, I started with lip glosses. But to buy, then I realized that paying a manufacturer to do it for me was expensive as well. So I had to learn how to do them myself.
Wow.
I had to do my research. I took a long time. I had to do my own research. I did a lot of try and errors. I tried. I made sure that when I started, I made sure that each product that I made, it was better. It should be better than the previous one. The next product that I make, it should be better than the previous one. I make sure that the quality should be better than the previous one. So just then until I got the consistency, I got the right mixture, the right texture of what I wanted my products to look like, or what I wanted it to look like until I got the first. I started with two shades of gloss, but now I think I have about 7 or 8 different shades, and I have body oils as well, lip scrubs as well, which I'm kind of proud of myself.
You should be.
Yes,
You should
yes.
be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Good.
really proud of myself. So when
Mm-hmm.
Jaden, I wasn't, to be honest, I really wasn't consistent with it. But then when
Mm-hmm.
I had Jaden now, I had stopped my, with all of that, I was still going to my 12 hours shifts, but it wasn't as much as I was when didn't have a business. So when Jaden came now, I had stopped work completely. So I had to now encourage myself, push myself that right. At this point, I don't have a job, so I have to push myself to be consistent because I know and I've learned that consistency is the best way for business. You cannot grow a business if you're not consistent. So I had to like be consistent, like every day, consistent.
And
So
consistency is not easy. You
it's
have
Mm-hmm.
not
to
Not
work
at
at
all.
it.
not
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
at all. It's not easy. So I had to be like really, really consistent. But now I know that if I'm going to bed, I've scheduled this for that. I've scheduled this post. I've scheduled this thing that is going to go out tomorrow, and
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be a fail. I should have content that is going out either on my Facebook or is going out on my Instagram page for adverts. Because if you don't advertise your product, no one is going to
One
know about
knows.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's
Amazing
Wow.
work.
Wow. Wow. Well done. Well done. Miriam.
yeah.
Yes. Christabel produces her own products, and I just want to show off, right? This hair. This hair. This was my New Year gift, my
Wow.
2020 New Year gift, handmade by Christabel. Yeah. So these are some of the wigs she can make.
Yeah.
Even though she said she specializes in the braided wigs, but this one is really
Yeah, I do
it's really
wig, not
pretty.
just braided, but
Yeah.
it was mostly braided. I do normal
Hmm.
wigs as well. So yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And she's the one who actually encouraged me because at first I never used to know how to put on the lace wigs and how to lay the
Lay
is it
them, yeah.
lay the front or make it slick or something. So she encouraged me, and I never used to be so much into heavy makeup, but she's
Yeah.
made me like
Yeah.
makeup. And her younger brother says, "Oh my God, mom, you look different whenever Sabine does my makeup." Yes. So, guys, if you're watching, you share, invite your friends to watch. And you are live on the Voice of Hope Media with myself, Clarice Angafo, or A Simbeng, as most people know. And we are talking about Mom Guild, the juggling of children's needs and having to run a business. It can either be juggling our children's needs, having to run a business, or having to go to work. But today, our focus is on running a business. So our guest speakers are all mompreneurs. They're new moms and they're all mompreneurs. So, Helvesia, I'll come back to you. Have you always
Yes.
been, even while you were in the healthcare sector, have you always been business minded? Or did it just
Oh,
come up because of motherhood?
way back, even
Mm-hmm.
like when I was a young girl, really young,
Mm-hmm.
I would sell anything that you can sell. I will sell granules, I'll boil
Mm-hmm.
granules and sell. I will
Mm-hmm.
boil corn and sell. I'll harvest vegetables and sell. My dad was wondering what was happening to me. I didn't sell firewood because at that point it was considered that the boys should, while we are
Boy.
selling the vegetables, the boys
Mm-hmm.
should go and sell the
So firewood.
firewood. I will
Yeah.
make sell banana. I'll buy the green one, let it get ripe. I will sell.
Mm-hmm.
I love money. Money is a good thing. Money is not a bad thing. Money, the taboo that we associate with money shouldn't be there. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be there. I sold anything that I could sell.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I was working in the healthcare sector, I will buy bags, handbags. I will
Mm-hmm.
sell handbags because it's so good when you have that extra income, isn't it? Because
Yes.
most times your paycheck, your wages just cover the basics.
Mm-hmm.
And then what about all the other things that you want to have? How are you going to get that? Will you be begging for money? No.
Mm-hmm.
So business has always been a part of me. Even back in school, when I took my courses, because I've got an MBA, I've
Mm-hmm.
got a master's in healthcare management. When I took those courses, I did well in the business marketing
Okay.
courses. I did well. So there was something there that I wasn't listening to. There was
Yeah.
something there that was telling me this is the line that you should take, or the
Mm-hmm.
path that you should take, but
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to something else, because
Yeah.
management is part of business, isn't it?
It,
Management
it
skills
is.
is part of business, but
Yeah.
I lean towards the management more. I've now decided to come back and go towards the business marketing side of the skills that I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. And there comes a time in your life where you really have to look within and ask yourself if what you are doing at that particular moment is exactly what you want to do. Is it your passion? Where is it taking you to? And I'm
Yeah.
sure, Helvesia, you must have gone through that thought process, wondering, is this really what I want to do? I know it's fulfilling, right? It gives you that smile on your face after you've taken care of a service user, and you know
Yeah.
that he or she's happy. You know the parents are happy, but at some point you're like, do I really have to end here?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
you have
and
to
I'm
look, you have to look within, you have to look within,
mhm,
you have to be selfish sometimes. I'm sorry to say that, but you have to,
yeah,
because if you don't have it within you, if you don't look after yourself, how can you look after someone else? There'll
mhm,
come a point in time when you go to that service user's house, you'll try your best, but that beautiful smile is not going to come.
yeah, and they'll
You
pick it
just,
up.
and they will pick it up. It
Yeah,
doesn't hide, they'll pick it up. So
yeah,
do something about yourself, and it takes a total mindset change.
yeah,
I had to change a lot of my thought processes
mm-hmm,
for me to be able to say, oh, this is my aha moment.
yeah,
When you find that moment where you say, this is it,
mm-hmm.
you
And you
need
can
to
see.
change the way you think.
Uh-huh. And you also mentioned that even way back home, while at school, I think secondary school or at the university, you were still you could still sell things. And even though you've not said it, I know just the fact that you could have your own money, which you worked for it, gave you a sense of achievement, right?
Um,
Because you and I know what young girls go through back home when
Definitely.
they're going to school, what some of them do in order to get money. But being able to know that you can sell a few things to have your own money rather than having to beg or to go through on, well, I don't know, other means
Yeah, with
to have, which, yeah, which so many girls, especially at the university, some, I at times I don't know whether they're being lazy or they don't really want to think. Some would prefer to prostitute to have the money instead of looking for means of instead of looking for things to do in order to have the money. That's to work for the money themselves, even though some will still argue that, but that's still work, but it is selling yourself to get money. So Christabel,
that.
I'll come. Yeah.
Can I just say before we go to Christabel, and it's really
Mhm.
about Christabel, and
Yeah.
I'm so proud that she's here and sharing her story at her age,
Hmm.
because we need to instill a mindset of business in our children
Yeah.
as young as we can, really, because profits are always better than wages. If you
Yeah.
ask me anytime, any day, I'll tell you that. And when your kid starts with the mindset that I need to be able to make extra out of what I've got, then
Hmm.
that's the best situation. When we
Yeah.
used to go to this March past, 11 February,
Yeah.
20th May,
Internet.
Your parent will give you, they used to give us
200.
100 francs. Yes, because I don't know if fortunately or unfortunately, where we used to go and march wasn't very far from home when we were in
Mhm.
Bafusam. So you can walk to that place, right? So they're
Yeah.
not going to give you any money for transport. They
No.
give you 100 francs to go and do whatever you're doing with on that day. But
Mhm.
if you were selling your things before, and keeping your little money, you will
Mhm.
go at during that day and you have more than 100 francs to spend. You will not
Yes.
be looking at children that whose parents gave them 500 and envy them. No, because
Mhm.
you've got your own money, right? And you
Yeah.
can spend it the way you want. If you've worked your money, you can spend it the way you want. If
Oh yeah.
someone gives you money, they'll probably tell you how to spend it as well.
Yeah. And I like the fact that you said it's good that Christabel is here at her age. She's encouraging her age mates or other young moms, and that you also mentioned that it's good for us parents, relatives to instill that sense of that business mindedness in our children. I'll tell you one little story and Akini, right? When we usually design t-shirts for autism awareness with the autism fabric. So I have lots of them which I've designed and they're there. So when I just got the delivery and I wanted to post them on my page for the shop section of the page for sale. So he asked me how much am I putting them for. I told him. He said, "Mom, that's too small. So how much are you going to make?
Yeah.
How much did you pay for the t-shirts to be made?" And yeah, but the very first ones I made, he actually said the first time that the money it was too expensive. I said, "Why?" What he said to me was quite surprising because he said at the beginning you don't have to put the price too high because you scared some people away, and then
Obvious.
and then he is a very good photographer. We had to bargain how much I have to be paying him every month. Yeah, if you've been seeing my photos, you'll know you'll probably tell me that you really have to put him on a paycheck every month. And the first time Akini bargained with me about business, I was like, what? So I when he said you have to start paying me, I said, okay, £5. I'll be giving £5 every month. He said no.
It's small.
Yeah.
That's below
Yeah.
minimum wage.
Yes. Okay, at what age? So he said, I said, so what, how much do you want me to pay you? Akini said £12. I said, £12 a month. He said, yes, if you don't like it, then you leave it. Then I will not be taking your photos. I know you like photos. You see a
Minded
businessman
person.
already
Yeah.
in his head. He
And he
already
said,
knows that because I like this particular thing. I like
yeah,
this particular product. So, and I know that he is the one who offers it. So I will always come
you
back to
pay
him.
for it,
So,
yeah.
so we actually
Definitely.
bargained. We actually bargained, and he said, "Okay, if you don't want to pay £12, okay, £9, and that is it." So we ended at £9, even though he's calculated I owe him £245.
For the month.
No, for months.
For months.
You're not paying. So you're not paying your, oh my
For
God,
months.
I heard him. I
pay
heard
that
him
charge.
discussing with his dad that he's given me an invoice several times, and I mean, at his age, he's already
Oh,
so
dear.
Oh,
business
that's good.
savvy. I'm like, and I'm really thinking about it. How can he put this into practice? So, Christabel, while you were still back home, I know just when you came here, the first time you wanted to do my hair with Auntie Angie, I was like asking Auntie Angie in the dialect,
Yeah.
can she plan? Can she plan? I think they said, just wait. You worry too
Wait,
much. Wait and see. So,
yeah.
yeah, tell me how you actually started. Was it in Bamboo or in town?
It was actually in town.
Mm-hmm,
Mom used to do hair a lot, and
mm-hmm,
she had a small salon. But
mm-hmm,
because I was a little bit stubborn, I would not never want to go there and sit there and
mm-hmm,
learn how to do it. But
mm-hmm.
because I think I have a picture kind of mind. When I see
Yeah.
something being done, it
Mm-hmm,
sticks in my head. Like I see that how you're doing that thing, If I
Mm-hmm.
try it, I'll remember the picture, how I saw it being done. So just me visiting the salon, seeing how people's hair are being done,
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick it. And then we have, in Cameroon, there's like this soft carpet grass field
Yeah.
where
Uh-huh.
you
Used to
plant,
plant.
you do,
Go and plant.
yeah. So when I go to the salon and I see hair there, because obviously when I go, the mom not leave me to touch anyone's hair. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
go and practice in the field.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to the field and I'll plant rasta and I'll plant bakala
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm.
field. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just from there, and then I used the grass. Some of the grass were really, really short. So it got to a point where I could do like really short hair. I could
Mm-hmm.
pick like really, really short hair. So when she saw me doing my friend's hair someday, she was like, "Where did you learn that from?"
From grass.
She said, "Where did you learn that from?" I said, "Oh, I've just
Mm-hmm.
been seeing you how you do people's hair." She said, "Because I never come to sit down to
Mm-hmm.
learn to sit, actually learn how." I said, "No, when you do it like that, I see it. I see it, but I don't come and stand there. So I want to come and learn, but I see that you've
Mm-hmm.
done, see how you've done it." So she saw me do my friend's hair that was really, really short. So she said, "Okay, she'll cut her hair
Mm-hmm.
for me to see if I will do the short one, the short
Wow.
hair that she's cut." She
Mm-hmm.
actually cut her hair. She had really long hair. She cut her hair, her entire hair, and she sat down for me to do her rasta. And I
Wow.
did the rasta and I finished.
Mm-hmm.
And she said,
Oh.
"Wow."
Mm-hmm.
So she asked me if I want to come and be doing hair in the salon, she'll be paying me, and I said no.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
And I said no, I didn't want to. But then I'll charge my friends. My friends will
okay.
come, yeah. My friends will
Mm-hmm.
come to do hair, but because they know that if they go to my mom will charge them expensive.
Mm-hmm.
If my mom will
They'll come
charge
to you
2,000, yeah, they'll come for me. I'll do for 700
without her knowledge, I guess.
without her knowledge. Without her knowledge. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
it's just from there. I never ever went somewhere to like learn how to do hair. It's
Mm-hmm.
just seeing how other people were doing it, and then when I came here now with YouTube and all of that, I learned
Mm-hmm.
more styles on
Mm-hmm.
there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I learned more styles on YouTube. YouTube has a lot to offer when it
Yeah.
comes to teaching people how to do things. So I
Mm-hmm.
picked up a lot of them up, a lot of styles online on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe it's tired now.
yeah, it's tired. Things
All right. Okay. So if you can take a break with him, then I'll continue with Helvetia because he's just eating, so I think he needs a bit of a rest as well. Uh-huh.
It's okay.
Will that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can take a break with him, then when he settles, then I'll bring you back.
Okay, yes,
And
that's fine. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And if you're still here, you share. You are live on the Voice of Hope Media with myself, Clarice Angafor, and a guest, Helvesia Fru, and
Mm.
Bella Sirri. So she's just taken a break for the baby to settle. Our topic of discussion today is mom guilt, juggling the needs of our children and having to run a business. It doesn't matter which type of a mom you are a mom. So Helvesia, she's been giving us her experience of how she transitioned from being a healthcare manager to being a business owner now. And we move on. Being one of these moms in business, Helvesia, what in your opinion is the hardest thing to do and in order to be successful?
The hardest thing to do is to manage your time. You
Mm-hmm.
need to manage your time. That's a big area because you might think that staying at home and working means that everything is going to be easy for you to do. No, it's not going to be easy. As Christabel said, you
Mm-hmm.
need to plan. You need to plan your time. From this time to this time, I'm going to do this. From
Yeah.
this time to this time, I'm going to do this. Because the reason why I went into business is to have time on my hands to be with my kids, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to then come into business and find that you're struggling with the same issue of time.
Definitely.
So you need to focus. I encourage everyone to try and plan the most important tasks very early in the day. So I get up, I used to get up at 9 o'clock before I started my business, because that's around the time that my son gets up. So we will get up around the same time. And
Mm-hmm.
now that I started my business, I said, okay, if he's sleeping till about 9 o'clock, I will get up and start work at 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put 2 hours or so into my business before he gets up, so
Yeah.
that when he's up and I'm getting him ready, I'm focusing on him. I'm not focusing on the business. The business has nothing to do at that time. This is
Mm-hmm.
not to say that things don't change when you plan.
Yeah.
Something will go wrong. But
Mm.
imagine if that thing went wrong when you had no plan at all. You'll be running up and down, right? You'll be running up and down. And the other challenge that you might face, especially for those who are on their own, if you don't have a partner or family
Mm-hmm.
around to support you, then that can be really hard, because it means you have to juggle all of these things on your own. You're not a super being, right? We moms, we are superheroes. But even so, we do have our own pain points. We have where we struggle and we need help. So when
Mm-hmm.
you have nobody around you to help you, then the struggle is real.
Yeah.
If you have someone, like at the moment we are talking, this is business, even though it's and we enjoying ourselves and talking and having fun, this
Mm-hmm.
is business. My kids are downstairs with that, so that is helping me out at this moment. You can see
Yeah.
how Christabel is struggling at this moment with the
Mm-hmm.
son. It's a good thing to have our children be part of our business, part of our lives, but
Mm-hmm.
if we are not there 100% for them, then
Mm-hmm.
what's the point? What's the point having that business, right? That's
Yeah.
where the guilt comes in. So
Mm-hmm.
time management is the challenge. Then at the start of your business, when you've not started seeing the return, it can
Mm-hmm.
be challenging as well. You
Yeah.
can start second guessing yourself. Have I done this right? Have I taken the right steps? But again, something that's going to be sustainable doesn't happen overnight. You
Yeah.
need to plug in, you need to do your due diligence, you need to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
So look for that time that does not interrupt with your family life, and work really hard at the start of your business to
Mm-hmm.
get it up and running. That's the only way you're going to enjoy that business tomorrow, right? You
Yeah.
must put in the work at the start.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's really really fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. And if you're still watching, guys, keep sharing, keep inviting, because I know so many of us watching, so many of us, we have one form of business or the other. I have as well. I have a decor business, and I also do my AC's Crunchy Crispies. Yes, because we think ahead, we think, we look in the future, because sometimes you cannot look in the future and you predict what lies ahead of you. You always have to think, what if tomorrow I don't have this 9 to 5 job? What will I fall back onto? And at the same time, from Africa, we have extended families. We also need to be able to help someone sometimes when they come to us in need. Yeah, yeah, because it may not be all the times that you can help someone, but at least you should have that little thing somewhere that if somebody says, a friend, a family member, I need help with this, you can be able to dig deep in that little bag somewhere that
Mhm.
you've kept because of your little business you are doing. Being a mompreneur, I don't think you have to start big, massive at the beginning.
No.
There's always a start for everything, and sometimes it needs just a challenge for something else to happen. And sometimes with some individuals, how they've started their own businesses, they've gone through a tragedy, they've gone through some very hardships in their lives that actually opened the way for them to start a business, for them to have that massive change in their life. And that massive change can just be starting your own business, just like Helvesia is doing, just like Christabel. She's in her early 20s and she's doing well. She's a YouTuber, she's a makeup artist, she does hair and she does her own makeup products. I mean, it's incredible to have women on our show today who encourage each others. And by so doing, we actually give a voice to our stories, because I know there's that story somewhere that would have pushed you to be able to start your own business. And
If
yeah,
if I can add something there,
sure.
just the way the world is going at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
if we are able to take our businesses online, let's do it. If you're able to start your business online, let's do it. Because you reach a wider audience with your business online. So many people are saying, oh, Facebook, she's on Facebook all the time. Oh, let's change that mindset. Let's change that
Indeed,
mindset, because
change it.
use whatever is available to you, what platform is available to you
Mm-hmm.
to grow your business.
Yeah,
Your little store that you've got at the corner of the road, or some in some quarter in your village, or wherever,
mm-hmm.
can grow so much if you bring that store online.
Yeah,
And there are quite a lot of businesses like the one that I am in that they have systems that have done the heavy lifting for you. If there's no need to reinvent any wheel, don't go doing things your own way because,
yeah.
oh, you want to. There are some businesses that have done a lot of steps for you that you
Mm-hmm.
can just plug in and benefit from a system that is already existing.
Yeah,
Don't go and start things from scratch from and take 10 years doing that. You're just wasting your time and prolonging an achievement that you would have had today.
mm-hmm.
So, my friends, let's leverage the internet. Let's leverage Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, what have you, what have
Yeah,
you. Let's
mm-hmm.
leverage. You don't have to be in all of them. I am not in all
Yeah,
of them. I've created an account in Instagram. I still need to understand how it works, but I know I've got it as a goal. I
mm-hmm.
know that I need to learn what happens there for if I
Mm-hmm.
need to grow my business.
Yeah,
So don't think, oh, Facebook, social media is a place not to be, right?
yeah. It's definitely a place to do, only if you have a purpose, only if you have a reason, because it is pointless scrolling up and down on Facebook when you don't have a purpose. That will lead you to
That's
gossiping.
distraction.
Yes, distraction. That may lead you to start gossiping, to start becoming a member of the comments association, or looking at people's posts with a jealous mind and thinking that
Yeah.
people who are posting, they are showing off. So be careful, be careful. If you don't have a business, or you don't have a reason for being on social media, there's a tendency that you may even become depressed if you are not careful. Yes. And one thing as well to know is that running a business does not only mean that you must have a product. There are people who are running businesses and they sell services.
Yeah.
Yeah, like our own upcoming the Voice of Hope Media. We have said it's a service. Products may come in, but our main priority is a service. Our services which we will be giving out there. And I know it's been a long time. We've been talking for too long free.
Yeah.
It's high time. It's high time we started monetizing, change using our stories and making money out of it. That's business. So, Christabel, we see baby is settled now. So we were just talking about one of the hardest things to do, or that you've done to be successful, So Helvesia has talked about is it time management and also planning that time. What about you? What has been one of your hardest thing?
I think she said time management. That is something that I have had to struggle with a lot as well, because, like, say for instance, right now I've had to struggle with time management. That it gets to a point where I will stay up at maybe one a.m., 2 a.m. to schedule my post
Mm-hmm.
for the next day, just because with Jade it's so difficult to do stuff with him around, because
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't go, like, I don't have that help, like a lot of help around, so it's a bit
Yeah.
difficult for me.
A child should not resemble his uncle that much.
So it's really really difficult.
Yeah.
That it's, at some point I get frustrated, like I'm like, do I really have to even do this? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get so frustrated, and I'm just like, I need something to motivate me or something to encourage me to do it even more.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, he will be the one to encourage me, because most of the time I'll turn around and I'll look at him and I'll be like, I have to do it, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not only doing it for myself at this point in time,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing it because of him as well. So
I
I
was
have
just gonna
to.
say that,
It's so
Christabel.
great.
I was just gonna say, let that be your motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your why should be your motivation.
yeah,
And I
Mm-hmm.
believe if you're like myself, your why is to provide a better life for your son.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Put
yeah.
it on a big paper, write it in bold, and
Frame it.
paste it on, frame it and paste it on
Yeah.
the wall.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you feel like giving up, just turn around and
Mm-hmm.
look at it. If your baby is sleeping and you don't want to walk all the way and look at him, look
Mm-hmm.
at that thing that you've written on the wall. This is for Jaden. This is
Yeah.
for him. That should just put you right back on the track.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Never,
that's
never
true.
give up.
Yeah,
Never give
that's
Mhm.
up.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because once in a while, those that self doubt comes in.
yeah.
Maybe you've put in all the time, you've made a product, you've advertised, and there've
A
been no
lot,
sales.
yeah.
And like,
There've
what's the
been
need?
times, there've been moments like those where you've done everything, but you can't see the you can't see the result. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's not the results are not there. But
Mm-hmm.
moments like those, you just want to give up.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Don't.
you have to remember that every day is not the same. Every
Yeah.
single day is not the same. Every day is going to be different. Like I can remember that I started getting really consistent, because at first I would just be like, oh well, not everyone really knows it, that I sell
Mm-hmm.
this thing or that I sell that thing. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like at the back of my mind that I need to make everyone to know, that I need to like
Yeah.
push in, I need to force it down people's throat, that you need to know that this is what I do. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
just be sitting here, I'll be like, maybe I'll go somewhere and I'll not really tell people that, oh, I do this thing or I do that thing. I'll just sit me quiet. But then when
Mm-hmm.
I started getting consistent, that's when I started seeing results. I started actually like seeing that it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So but then as it's working, and it's not every day or it's not every week that's going to be the same. Maybe this week I can have this number of sale, and then next week it's going to drop. And
Mm-hmm.
when it drops like that, and then it's when it's not a good week, I'll start saying that, oh, why is this, why is that, or why is it
Yeah.
doing it? And I'll start doubting myself. And when I
Mm-hmm.
start doubting myself now, then I'll go back to thinking about what I need to keep. What did I do last week that I got more? So what did I do? So I need to do better. I need to
Mm-hmm.
think of what I did last week and improve on it, so I
Yeah.
can get, yeah, I can get more sales, I can get more visitors and all of that, because I do have an online, my business is mostly online now. It's
Mm-hmm.
online, so I need to, when I do see the number of visitors that I get, I need to make sure that, right, what did I do yesterday that attracted this many people, to
Okay.
do it again tomorrow or
Mm-hmm.
to do it again next week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it may just be the time that you posted your product. That
Yes.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yes.
also keeping an eye as well. The different times that you post your product and the different people
Yes.
who are engaged in your in your product as well. I know just starting a business or anything that you want to start doing, especially when it comes to impacting lives, sometimes you still have that self-doubt hat on. You're
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
should
Should
I
I?
not?
Yeah.
Or maybe
Exactly.
you're like, maybe this my friend will not like it, maybe that my friend, this my relative,
Yeah.
or my sister or my
Will
brother
not
or
like
my
it
husband
exactly.
will
Yeah.
not like it. I
It's not about them.
Yeah.
sometimes I feel we usually go through that, but do not allow yourself to be to get to be overwhelmed with that little voice, that ugly voice inside you telling you that don't do it because others will not approve.
Yeah.
It's not about them, as Helvesia has said. It's your passion. It's what you want to achieve. It's business because you
Yeah.
know that there's a family who is looking up to you. There's a little boy, there's a little girl, there are little boys who look up to you, who are expecting to have a better future. Sometimes some of us did not have that luxury while we were growing up, but if we have the opportunities now to have that luxury, to
Yeah.
work, to have our businesses and take care of our own children, why not? So if
Also,
we, yeah, do you want to say something else?
yes, I was just gonna say that what has really helped me, and
Mhm,
I've read about it as well, listen to videos, is
mhm.
to try and connect with people that think like you. Peop-
Like-minded people.
like-minded people, people
Mhm,
that are going to support you. If you're very sure that this is what you want to do, don't
mhm.
let anybody bring you down.
Yeah.
I just exclude people. I'll just put you on the side, slowly,
Mhm.
slowly put you on the side. If
Yeah.
you're going to tell me that that thing that you're doing is not going to work, because
Mhm.
that's not what I want to hear. What I
Mhm.
want to hear is go ahead, do that thing that you want to
Positivity. Yeah.
do. If you
Yeah.
need me for any help, I am here to help you. Go ahead, do your research,
Mhm.
connect with people that think like you. They're going to fire you up when you're going down in your motivation. They're going to push you up and get you going. So
Mhm.
anybody that or anything that's going to make you feel like, oh my God, I shouldn't be doing this, just put that thing aside. They are not helping you progress in your life. They are not
Mhm.
helping you achieve your goal. So it's time for chit chat, I'll come and we chit chat, right? But
Yeah.
when I'm trying to grow myself, when I'm
Mhm.
trying to develop myself and my
Yeah.
mind,
Mhm.
stay away
Yeah.
from.
Mhm. And in addition to that, Helvetia, there's I was watching Les Brown. I guess we all know Les Brown, the our famous motivational speaker,
Mhm.
and he said, I really love these. There were about one, two, three, four P's. He said, before you pick up that phone call, right, you think first, is this phone call going to be positive? Is it going to be purposeful? Is it going to be productive? Is it going to be profitable?
Yeah.
And that's a big change in mindset, right? Because at times you pick up this phone call. At the end of that phone call, you've talked for 1 hour, 2 hours. At the end of that phone call, would sometimes there's nothing positive,
Achieve.
there's nothing purposeful, there's nothing productive, and there's nothing profitable from that phone call. And I guess being a mompreneur, someone getting into business, or maybe just for your own mental well-being as well, you really have to, with some of those things we really have to reduce them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing which I wanted to ask, which I didn't write it down, is, do you find that when you are starting a business, or sometimes you are actually in need, but your mind seems to be constantly bubbling with ideas, you want to change this, you want to change that, making adjustments. I know sometimes some people think it's being inconsistent. Do you think so?
Um, well, I think that if it's going to help you achieve your goals, then do
Mm-hmm.
it. So when you
Mm-hmm.
start your business,
Mm-hmm.
try and put down your goals for the
Okay.
first 3 months, for
Mm-hmm.
the first 6 months, for 1 year, for 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Have your goals. Your goals should not change. So take
Okay.
your time and think about what is it that you want to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Financial goals, material goals, anything, have them there. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when you have those big goals, you can now look at the little things that you need to do to
Mm-hmm.
achieve those goals. Those things you can be triggering. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
an idea comes, you can change this and change that and change that to achieve your goal. But
Okay.
don't change your main goal,
Make
because you
okay.
just confuse. Like you what are you doing? What are you
Mm-hmm.
why did you start? So
Mm-hmm.
let your main goals remain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Chrisabel, what do you think? I see you nodding.
Yeah, I think like it's not because when someone wants to do one thing, start it is like there's this other thing that I would have I could have done this thing instead, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's that thing without completing the one that they started with.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they try to do everything at the same time, like like what they say, jack of all trade and master of none.
Mm-hmm.
Like it gets a bit difficult sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I think it's good if you just focus on maybe one domain, one area of something, rather than
Mm-hmm.
doing everything, trying to do everything at the same time. It's a bit
Mm-hmm.
confusing because like
Mm-hmm.
some people are like, what exactly do you want to do? Is it like, do you want to do beauty, or
Mm-hmm.
what exactly is it that you want to do? You need to pick a stand on what it is
Niche.
that, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you need to pick a stand on what it is that I want to do.
Mm-hmm. But like you do wigs, right? You
Yes,
do
I
you
do
do
wigs, and
you
that
do makeup.
I
That's all
classify
in the
that
beauty sector.
under beauty. Yes,
Okay.
so I
Mm-hmm.
classify that under beauty. So
Mm-hmm.
if I leave that now and I leave all of that and I jumped from that to maybe food, to start doing food, or
Yeah.
I leave from that to start doing completely something else that's not within the
The beauty.
industry, like the beauty industry, then
Mm-hmm.
it's like where exactly am I going to? I need to pick
Okay.
one domain to like
Mm-hmm.
focus on it to make sure that works first. So if that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work, then before I can say, okay, I'm shutting this one down and I'm
Mm-hmm.
moving on to something new completely.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
But you can actually establish one, and then
And then
as
yes,
you are
that's
growing, you are there. You start spreading your wings and having different branches of different things, depending
yes,
on your skills as well. And am I right, Helvesia?
yes, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Also, what do you think?
you're very right.
Mm-hmm.
In business,
Mm-hmm.
you can promote your business in two ways. So
Mm-hmm.
you can build your brand in two ways. You can either focus on the product, or
Mm-hmm.
you can focus on the opportunity, the business opportunity. So
Okay.
like what in the sector that I am in, we have a
Mm-hmm.
product. We are partnered with a company that has a product and
Mm-hmm.
a compensation plan that we use. But
Mm-hmm.
that's not our focus. We don't promote that product. We
Okay.
promote the business opportunity. So you
Uh-huh.
therefore I can work with somebody in any industry.
Mm-hmm.
So whether I can work with someone in the food industry, in the beauty industry, because I'm not promoting the product. Now I'm
Okay.
saying to someone that was in my shoe a few months back, or is in my shoe, like
Mm-hmm.
saying, you are that mother, you're that parent that is struggling with your income. You're struggling to make time to be with your child. You're
Mm-hmm.
struggling with flexibility in your life. I'm saying to you, I've got an opportunity that you can partner with someone that's got a product and then create a business for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it really depends which way you want to go. If you want
Okay.
to create a product and promote a product,
Mm-hmm.
ideally you should stick to one, because you build your brand in that way and people know you for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you are a platform for a business, you can market and promote that opportunity with any product.
Okay.
Right.
Well, brilliantly explained. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Mindful of the time, we've been live for 1 hour, 15 minutes, and as we have about 15 more minutes to go. And I think I can hear the boss
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we are gradually rounding up, and I just want to thank you all so much for watching. There is let's just acknowledge a few people watching. There's Valentine Binglo, there's Linda Williams, Ebai Bella, there's Royal Warrior, there's Vera Awa, there's Maria Goretti, there's Mark Monui. Thank you so much, guys. And there are quite a few comments. Yeah. Valentine says special shout out to Lem Helvesia. Congratulations in your business. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Always
brother.
happy
Thank
to
you.
you. Uh-huh. So we just want to appreciate all of you for watching. And Linda, thank you so much. All right, she was just I think confirming one of the things that one of you said. And let's just see a few comments before we continue, just to acknowledge that we are seeing their comments. And yeah, and Linda says, I have those days too. Then I remind myself that it won't always be like that. That's brilliantly true. Yeah, Linda as well. She's a mompreneur and she does amazingly well because she produces everything starting with her own fabric that she has designed. So she uses her fabric now to sew clothes. She's sewn quite a few for her son, for herself, and some of her friends, and she's actually designed masks to, and she gave them to a care home and some to healthcare workers in the hospital. And these masks are not just any ordinary masks; these are masks with motivational messages, motivational words on them, like compassion, care, and so on. And that was her way of saying thank you to the frontline staff for the amazing work they've been doing during this COVID. Linda, thank you so much. And I hope next time you want to come on the show as well, so you talk more about your business and thereby giving a voice to your story, because I know your story came from your business came from a very beautiful story as well. So to to you guys, being a mompreneur, what are some of your success tips? Oh, no, we've already talked about that. Being a mompreneur, what would you tell your pre-motherhood days, your pre-motherhood, pre-business owner self? What is it that helps? What is it that?
For me, to be honest, I think I would tell my pre-business self to start early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to start early and to be consistent, because to be honest, there were times where I knew that I had stuff going on, but I wasn't. It was almost like I wasn't saying anything to anyone about it. I just had it. Just like the few people that knew about it will get it, then the rest of the world will not know about it. So
Mm-hmm.
I would tell that myself to be consistent. That consistency is the key to to success. Like, and to also start early, because if I had
Mm-hmm.
started early, I probably wouldn't have been here now. I would be somewhere better. So yeah.
Yeah, there's usually that tendency to say, had I known, if I'd known, I would have started. I always have that at the back of my mind that I'm like, why didn't I do this at
Yeah.
that time? But what consoles me is I always tell myself that, listen, there is
This
time
is
for
right for
everything.
everything.
Yeah, there's a right time for everything. Maybe then wasn't the time that the particular thing would have happened. As it
Yeah.
is happening now, I think this is the right time that it was supposed to be happening.
Right.
Hevesia, over to you.
Clarice, you've just taken that out of my mouth. You've
Add,
just taken that out of my mouth, to be
add
honest
the
with you.
volume. Add the volume.
At the volume.
Let's not dwell in regrets,
Mhm,
right?
mhm,
Have positive thoughts. I tell myself, believe in yourself. God put you here for a reason. Trust in Him. Trust in why He made you. You've got a purpose. I would have told my pre-business, pre-mom self, you have a purpose. You're worthy. Okay. You
mhm,
can do it. Stop doubting yourself. Be grateful for every single thing that has happened in your life,
Right.
even the negative things, even the things that brought you down. Look
Mm,
for a way to look for something positive out of that experience. Don't
Yeah.
dwell in negative thoughts, because when you do, only negative things will be happening to you.
yeah.
Okay, so have positive thoughts, believe in yourself, and you, when you feel that you want to do something, do it.
Yeah.
Pray,
Mm,
pray,
yeah.
pray for guidance. Let God guide you
Mm-hmm.
and do it. If someone is going to tell you, put that person to the side,
Aside.
I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll come back to you. Not everybody should be involved in every single aspect of your life. Okay.
Okay.
So tell that person, okay, when we want to talk about maybe our kids,
Mm-hmm.
we'll have that our beautiful conversation and everything. But if I want to talk about business,
Mm-hmm.
wait, let me speak to AC Mbeng,
Yeah.
because why we thinking around the
All
same
right.
thing.
Yeah.
And I am grateful. I need to shout out to a group of ladies that have
Okay.
come to know. We
Mm.
call we put ourselves the lady corner.
Oh,
They help me really to change my mindset.
wow.
If they are watching, I'm
Mm-hmm.
shouting out to them, because they encourage me to think positive, to
Yeah.
believe that you can do something. And I think that's a major part of the success that I'm having. And if
Mm-hmm.
it's going to impact someone's life, I like to say that just try as much as you can to just think about the positive things that are going to happen. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to make this.
Yes.
Walk towards
Mm-hmm.
it, and you, before you know it, it's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have $100 or £100 in your account,
Yeah.
don't go groaning and grumbling and telling how you only have $100. Be happy that you have $100 in your account. There are
Mm-hmm.
people that don't. Okay,
Yeah.
so be happy, be grateful every day for being alive. Be grateful
Mm.
that you got up in the morning. Be grateful that you've got a business, or be grateful that we are on this platform sharing about business opportunities that you can have.
Mm-hmm.
Look for anything to be grateful for. That's what I'll tell myself before.
Okay. That's
I will
very
not
good.
regret anything.
Mm. That's very good. So no regrets actually, and putting on that attitude of gratitude and
Yeah,
changing that mindset. I for one, it took me a while. It took me a long time. Helvesia, you know the struggles.
I
Sister
know.
Bell, you know
Yeah.
all of us sitting here and
Yeah.
this
I
smiles
know.
on our faces never used to be like that.
No,
You would have seen my tears in at one time of your life
Yeah.
or the other. But there comes a time in your life where you have to sit down and have that conversation with yourself,
stuff.
right? And ask yourself, do I have to keep, yes, these tragedies have happened, yes, I've faced these challenges, should I keep on staying just in this one place because these things have happened to me? And like Helvesia has said, no matter how difficult, how sad these experiences are, look look deep into those things, right? There is something positive that can come out of that tragic event. Yeah. And I said at the beginning that sometimes it has to take that tragedy, it has to take you going through some hardships in order for a big change
To
to
happen.
happen in your life. And we all have to be grateful for all the difficulties we've been through, because they've made us come out as a different person. Yeah, yeah. And we do face difficulties sometimes where because of what you are going through, you may make decisions like Hevesa said. When you are not in the right state of mind, do not rush into making important decisions, because at that point you are not thinking straight, and you can make a decision which you may end up regretting. Yeah. But these difficulties that happen to us, they are there. They come to mold us, they come to build us. And each and every one of us here, out there, wherever you are, there is a story. You have a story which you can build your life around that story. You can build a business around your story. Just look within and see what your skills are, what you are capable of doing, what you are good at, and you will come up with something. There's
Mhm.
that pleasure, there's that joy in being able to provide for your own self, whether you are married, whether you are single, whether you are staying in your parents' house. There is that pleasure in being able to afford something for yourself, take your own money and buy something for yourself rather than sitting and waiting or expecting others to provide for you. And we know what expected failed expectations do. They may lead to hatred, they may lead to anger, and who knows, in the long run, depression, because you've been expecting that this person is going to do this. The person doesn't, you end up hating that person, you end up being angry, and it grows over time. So while before we round up, we will just touch a few points on some of the challenges you faced, and a final word of advice to anyone out there who wants to run a business, or who wants to start a business and does not really know how to start, where to start, how they can contact you guys.
Okay, I'll
Mhm,
start. So we've talked about some of the challenges that we face about as mompreneurs. For me, the biggest thing is time management, but
mhm.
that's something that you can work on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can, we've said you can plan your day and try and the task that is going to make you concentrate a lot, do those early in the day when your mind is fresh and you
Mhm,
can focus on that. So do those tasks earlier in the day. And
mhm,
then during the day, and probably that's when your kids are up and about as well. Then
mhm,
you can do the lighter things, spend time with your children, be present, not just in the physical, but be really present so that
mhm.
if something is going on with your child, you are seeing that thing that is going on.
Yeah.
And in our line of business, most of my teammates, my colleagues, when they are on the phone with me, like what we've had today on the
Mhm,
show, when
mhm.
they have your baby, they do understand
Yeah.
that, oh, you are a mompreneur, you are a
Mhm,
mompreneur. So
mhm,
when I'm my message really is targeting parents, moms like myself,
mhm,
who are thinking that they need some flexibility in their work life, right? They
mhm,
need some more quality time and they need to have the money to do whatever they want. Those are the people that I go into business with. If
mhm,
you've already got plenty of time and all of that, okay, your why will be different. You can still join. But if this message is touching you and you're thinking, I need these things, you can contact me on Facebook.
mhm.
My Facebook name is Helvesia Fru. You can contact me on there. I've got a business page as well, which is
Yeah.
Mia Tama Digital. So I've got my children's name into one to
Mhm.
remind me of my
Mm.
why I'm
Yeah.
doing all of this.
Wow.
So Mia Tama Digital, and then or go through Clarice and say, oh, I want
Yeah.
to speak to Helvesia. I want to learn a bit more of what she's doing. And
Mhm,
let's get started. Don't wait and think that your 9 to 5 job is the ultimate. Your
mm,
9 to 5 job is someone dictating how you live your life. If you're able to dictate what you do with your time and with your money, you should be thinking about going into business for yourself. But business is not for everybody, right?
true.
Business is not for everybody. You need to talk to your inner source, talk to your God, talk to your inner source and find out what is my path. But don't struggle. Don't struggle. Ask for help. Don't struggle in silence. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't even know who to talk to. Reach out to people, and someone might have that one idea that's going
Mhm,
to help you.
mhm. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. Um, just by the end of the show, you put down in the comment box how they can contact you, so they can click. If it's your website, you can put it there, the link to your page, so they can get directly to
Okay.
you. I think that will be easier. Christabel,
Mhm.
over to you. Some of your challenges, and a final word to young mompreneurs. Or
Um, To me, the highest challenge at the moment is just time and support.
Yeah.
Time management. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you and bye, Bella. Thank
Sorry.
you for watching.
Hi, Bella.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay now. Um,
Okay.
the like I said, the greatest challenge has been time and support. Like at the moment, I know that if I was staying at home with you, mom, I will have a lot of support. I will have
Yeah.
a lot of time on my hand.
She's not
So
coming back home.
yeah.
It's still where you are.
I have a lot of time in my hand and a lot of support. There are times where I've had to carry Jaden and do things, process people's orders with him, and even before that, like when I was still pregnant, I'll come back from work in the morning because I used to like to do night shift. I'll come back from work, I'm tired, I'm sleeping, I still have to go back to work at night, but I know that I need to go to the post office because I have to keep my customers happy. I don't
Mhm.
want to miss a postage and then someone is angry with me because,
Yeah.
oh, you haven't posted my thing. What happened? What happened? You have to be on time and everything. So time management has been, it has been tight with Jaden. It's been really, really, really difficult, and not
Mhm.
having enough support.
Mhm.
It's been, it's not been good, but
Yeah.
I have, I managed to do it still. I
Yeah.
managed to find time to do it. I know they
Mhm.
say when baby is sleeping, you sleep, but then most of the times when baby is sleeping, that's my
You
own
work.
time to, yeah.
and, and and she's been doing amazingly well. When I went to see the baby, I was like, wow, motherhood. Sometimes it feels like it just automatically happens. Because I'm like, where did she learn all of this from? Like multitasking with the baby here and
And
doing stuff.
yeah.
But mhm. Don't worry, when you'll be old enough to start coming for sleepovers, you'll have time to do more of
To
business,
do more, yeah.
not time to have another baby. Anyway, so thank you so much, guys. We've come to the end of our show, and really, really, if you have any final word to say, Helvesia, you
Jaden has
say.
come to say
If
bye.
not, then we just end.
Just to thank you for the platform,
Yeah,
and to advise all mompreneurs out there, drop the guilt. Don't feel guilty that you're running a business,
yeah.
because you're running this business to look after your family. It will
Mm-hmm.
not always be difficult. The start might be because you're spending more time setting things up, but
Mm-hmm.
as you grow, your processes, use a system that automates your processes. So you don't have to send 10,000 emails manually,
Mm-hmm.
one after the other. There are systems that can just send all your emails for you, do your
Yeah.
processes. As you grow, you're going to have more time. So don't be guilty. Drop the guilt, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Drop the mother guilt, whatever. You're doing this for your family. Just think,
Mm-hmm.
have a positive outlook. Thank you so much for joining us, for being here with us. And hopefully, we did provide some value, because that's what we aim to do. We aim to provide value. Hopefully, we've touched someone's life and they're going to take
Mm-hmm.
action. Because if you dream and you don't take action, like one of my friends said, Sheila,
Yeah.
if you dream and you don't take action, what's the point of that dream?
It's just a
So
dream.
everybody dreams, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you need to take action to make
Mm-hmm.
your dreams come true.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. And have a guest, let's try. It's just a,
Island.
yeah. Yeah, Christabel, any final word before I go or before we go?
Um, to me, I would just say it's believing in yourself. You need to believe in yourself that you can do it no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone had told me that I would be able to juggle things the way mom, that I would be able to juggle
Mm-hmm.
things the way I juggle now, I wouldn't have, no. So it's just believing in yourself, praying, and just being positive,
Yeah.
constant positivity that you
Mm-hmm.
can do it no matter what. Push yourself, even if
Yeah.
there are moments that you feel like no, you're giving up, but You just have to remember why you're doing it and keep doing it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and just take it each day. Just don't rush it. Take it as it comes, but don't give up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Never give up.
definitely. There's the message, a take home message is don't give up. You
Don't give
have challenges, you have difficulties, you have those self-doubt words that keep coming telling you that I cannot, you cannot do it. Just stop that thing, just stop it and continue doing your 9 to 5 or your 12-hour night shifts. Nobody will believe in you. Those are some of those self-doubt words that we
yeah,
hear. They come even, not even from our environment, but from us.
yeah.
Don't give a listening ear to believe in yourself and do what follow that passion and know that you are capable of doing
Of
whatever
doing
thing you put your mind at. And behind every smile here, there's a story, and it is that story that has actually brought us where we are today. It is that story that's pushing us to become business women, mompreneurs, and yeah, you can still be a mom, a businesswoman without a baby at the moment. And then what if a baby comes? Are you going to drop your business before the baby
up.
because the baby has come? No. As you can see, you can juggle them. You
You
can
can.
juggle the
You
two.
definitely can.
Yeah, it's very
If
possible.
we can do it, you can do it.
You can. It
yeah.
takes dedication. It takes determination. It takes a focus to be able to. And the last thing which I will say again about phone calls. If you sit in your house, in your office, or wherever you are, and a phone call is coming in, you look at the phone and ask yourself, is it going to be positive? Because we have to we are responsible for our mental well-being. So is that phone call going to be a positive one? Is it going to be purposeful? Is it going to be productive or profitable? The 4 P's. If you can answer those questions, you decide whether to pick up that phone call, to make that phone call, or to chat with that person at the other end of the phone. So that's the mindset a mompreneur, a business person has to have all the times. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. I forgot to say we are live on Facebook and we are also live on YouTube. So stay
Are
blessed.
we?
All right.
We are. So you have a
Okay.
Good,
nice
good, good.
weekend and we'll see you again next week. Thank you so much, guys, for
Thank
watching.
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And stay
Thank
blessed.
you.
See you.
Thanks.